Hey guys, for some obvious or not obvious reasons, I'm keeping myself anonymous in this video with dim lighting. So guys, let's continue from the last video, which was the discovery stage. Now we are at the diagnosis stage. I talked about my school life and how I have done throughout my life, and now I'm gonna talk about my diagnosis. My diagnosis was more like that I already knew myself throughout my life that I had an issue with my eyes. The first diagnosis that I got was, I think, in my 12th standard, starting pre to the 12th, completing my 12th. So where I was more like, yeah, I know this, yeah, so what? So I just got the diagnosis and that was it. Nothing changed in my life. Just what changed was that, yes, I told you since so many years that I have this issue and you guys didn't listen to me. That was it. That is the story. Nothing changed in my life. Rather, what had happened is I hated my school and I hated. So that had happened and I hated my school and I was in my college life, new people, totally new people and new friends, and I had actually got into a lot of self-help. I had got into attending seminars, then at my degree college I was into a lot of attending seminars and reading books. So actually what had happened is I was forced to get a new diagnosis, visit a new doctor, because at this point when I was told to read in college, I just could not read the book, even though if I would go very near to the text, everybody were like, what are you doing, why are you going so close to the text, you are spoiling your eyes, you kid. So what I had to do is use a magnifying glass in front of everybody in the classroom, and you know how humiliating, or I don't know, at the time I was listening to a lot of self-help, so I was like not caring of whatever people think, whatever. So I just used my magnifying glass in front of everyone. I lost the fear. So still I did not, at this point also, I got the diagnosis from the doctor. The doctor did not help me in anything. The doctor did not tell me anything about my rights as a person having Stargardts. I did not know anything at all. All the things, all the services, all the rights that I had in school, in college, like even after getting the diagnosis in my 12th standard, for the next 3 years in my college, I did not know that I had deserved extra time all along. So there is also some stigma attached to Stargardts. That is the reason why I am still recording this video anonymously. But in a couple of years I am sure I'll reveal myself, but there is still a lot of stigma, due to which I was still hiding it in my college, even though everybody knew that I had a problem. Everybody knew that I had to sit to the first bench, or I used to sit behind and just copy from the book on the right or on the left, or just pretend to write something when I was not actually writing anything. So what used to happen in accounts class, where we have to do assets and liabilities, I used to just listen very carefully. I used to do my homework in advance. I used to study some chapters in advance and go to the college. So the college where I used to go is a very strict college, so I used to just know things in advance, because actually what had happened is, thanks to my school life, where I was forced not to take any help, had made me so strong that even after being a Stargardts person, even after actually not having even 60% or more likely 50ish percent of my vision, because I actually could not see the board even after sitting on the first bench. That was the actual fact. So there is some discontent that I had throughout my life, because I had no guidance, was like the blind spot, or the other channel, the person's life, where he is telling he had a sibling who had a similar life and then he went to a blind school. But I had no such option. I was in my college now and I was a bright student, so actually I didn't need it. Actually, what I had done is I was more likely of a student who was a self-learner. I had to study by myself. In fact, I would really like to share my story. I know there's limited time, but a short story where derivative integration that we have in maths, or the calculus if you call it, we just call it derivative integration. I actually had, because I could not pay attention in class, I had to take use of the internet. I had to use a website. So thankfully some people are just uploading how to learn derivative integration on the internet, and that is how I actually learned calculus. Because again, the person I am because of the internet. The person I am because of the computer. I loved my computer throughout my life, and I still love the computer. And I want to again come back to the point when I was diagnosed as a student that I have Stargardts. I should have got some guidance, or some communication with the principal, or some guidance where I had actually deserved some extra services from colleges. But anyways, what had happened is I was forced to get faster at writing, even though I'll be honest, when I was writing an exam, I had to actually now since college I have to go more near to the paper, and I have to just write. I had to go more near to the paper, because I don't know, that had happened. The Stargardts had progressed, and there was no one to guide me. So what had happened is when I was in my 15th, I believe, my last year in college, that is what is last year, graduation year. I was gonna graduate the last semester actually, only the last 6 exams of my life, probably. I didn't know that I was gonna do much more later. So at that time I was like, at the last exam I finally got to know from few friends. I got to know after consistently going to some higher teachers, getting some courage in myself and asking for the rights that I deserved. The rights like extra time in exam, or just bigger fonts. Actually I wanted bigger fonts. I just went for request for bigger fonts and getting someone to write my exam or something. I actually went out for that. Actually, I did not know at the time. I want to repeat, I did not know at the time that people with Stargardts would get extra time in exams, because I did not know all this. I did not know what disability means. I did not know what differently abled means. So even then I did not know. So finally the teacher told me to get this certificate and all. So I went to the doctor and I asked him, and I went to the hospital, get all these tests done, and within a day I was like, okay, confirmed. And again I asked the doctor, please can you help me, what is the cure for Stargardts and what all can be done? He was like, nothing. The whole world is still trying to find out the cure. You might be surprised of my story, but that is my life. And this is who I am now. So now it is in my graduation year. I'm giving my exams, and this was the first time I was gonna get extra time. And also be allowed to carry my magnifying glass, because they will not increase the fonts of the question paper. So I took my magnifying glass to read the questions and then write the answers, and I got extra time in my last exam, which was thankfully where I was able to write the exam in okay speed. So almost, because in my whole life I had to write exams very fast, and every time I was like lagging behind. Every time I used to feel that. I know everybody else also used to feel the same, like all the normal people without Stargardts, with full vision. So I was more like a student, like all the normal people. I was most likely leaning towards that. Just one thing was different, where I had to work a little harder than others, and I know that I haven't got the deserved things in life, that I was working harder than others, yeah, to do the same exact thing. Take a lot of motivation from Elon Musk and many others. I hope this is a good message towards you. Now let's continue the journey on the next video, the acceptance stage. Subscribe and go to the next video right now.